glorified savings plans, but we all know what happened to the stock market in the last 4 or 5 years. It's not the way to go. So essentially what we're here today is to see can we get to talk to the Minister and ask him why has he betrayed Canadians. We know that that's a top of the mind issue for all workers in this province, indeed in this country. We want to have income security, and what he is proposing will not give us income security. If the banking industry and the insurance industry was going to provide us with decent pension plans, they would have done it 50 years ago. He didn't. So we need him to step up to the plate and first off explain to us how and why has he walked away from the best deal possible in this country. In other words, a slight increase in premiums into the Canada Pension Plan will yield a 50% increase in benefits for all Canadians. It doesn't get any better than that. And why then has he gone to the insurance industry and the banking industry? We kind of suspect he got lobbied heavily because those particular two industries put a lot of money into the Conservative Party coffers when it rolls around election time. And so we think he's kowtowed and he's betrayed Canadians and tossed his lot in an ideological way with the banks and with the insurance industries.
So what do you hope to achieve today?
Well, we're here today to want to talk to him. Apparently he's not around, he's out of province. This coming weekend, the Minister is going to be with all of the Ministers of Finance from all across Canada in Kananaskis in Alberta. And we're going to be actually talking about this very issue. There's at least 7 provinces on side who agree with the Labour movement that we ought to be expanding the Canada Pension Plan. So I'm here today to try and get him on the telephone at least, to try to explain to us and explain to these folks here. We're from the Ontario Federation of Labour. We're here from retiree organisations. We're here from the steelworker organisations, from the CAW. A lot of workers very concerned about their pensions. We want to know on the telephone at least to talk to us and tell us why has he betrayed the agreement that he had signed, well not signed, but the agreement that he had reached with the Labour movement. I mean, I was at a meeting in Ottawa where we had 50 union leaders at the Canadian Labour Congress. He was a special guest. He came in and he swore blind that he was completely and totally committed to the expansion of the Canada Pension Plan. Less than 4 weeks later, he does a 180-degree turn. I want to know why.
What do you suspect of him?
Well, I think it's a lot of pressure from the industry, and also pressure from probably Harper. A lot of money is put into the Tory coffers from these particular two industries when it rolls around to election time. So I guess they don't want to upset their friends in the financial sector. So they're kowtowing at the expense of Canadians. And let me just tell you how they're doing it at the expense of Canadians. If you take $10,000 today and invest it in the Canada Pension Plan, over your working lifetime, let's say 40 years, that same $10,000 will be worth $72,000. If you take the plan that he announced yesterday, this glorified savings plan, if you take that same $10,000, put it into the insurance industry's plan, it only gives you $32,000 at the end of the same period of time, that 40 years. So there's roughly between $30,000 and $40,000 of that 72 will be siphoned off by the financial sector into their coffers. So that's where the betrayal of Canadians takes place. He thinks he's pulling the wool over our eyes, and this is what he's not. And the reason we're in here today is he made this announcement yesterday. We're in occupying his office today, and we're saying to Jim Flaherty, you are not getting away with this, Jim Flaherty. We will mobilise Canadians from one end of this country to the other against this plan of yours. It's a complete betrayal of Canadians.